Okay, this is the most fun part of my job. I get to show you guys a new calendar design that is so gorgeous, and it's live on our test server. I need some feedback from you so I can get this back to the dev team. Let's try to get this thing completely live by the end of the week. That means I need to get some feedback like today. They did a great job, but I've got some improvements already in mind, and I want to run them past you guys because this thing is super gorgeous now. I mean, is Socialmonials becoming the best social media platform on the planet? Because like that's what I'm seeing unfold before my eyes, but I'm a little biased. Anyway, let's jump in. Let me show you around. This is the new marketing calendar. So the old one looked like this, just to show you. Okay, no image previews and lots of harsh lines. This one is so beautiful. It's got the beautiful pastel colors on the backgrounds. So these colors you're seeing on the backgrounds, these represent the category it belongs to. So you'll see we have a new two-tone approach here. Like this particular category has a, purple colored, or pink, I guess it is, text and a lighter pink background, but they're all paired quite nicely and they're automatically applied when you assign a category to a post. I'm going to save the absolute best for later in the video. You have to stick around because the number one requested feature of our calendar is here and it works and it's just sensational. I could totally see now why you guys wanted it so badly. So this is the weekly view. You can very quickly at a glance see the image now that's attached to your post. You can see more of the text. If you hover over it, you could see even more. You see basically the entire text, the time that it's scheduled to go out. And check this out. Look at these really cool overlapping social network icons. I absolutely love that. You can very quickly skip to today. So if you've like cruised out too far, like this is next week, you can always hit the today button and it will take you all the way back. This is today, so we didn't have any previous test posts in here, but I want to show you something really neat. This post actually went out this morning. So let me show you the view of a sent post now. When I click on this, check this out, you guys. I get all these metrics. It looks so sweet. And now look what we've done. We've broken out all of the different profiles within the social networks. So this one went out to two different social profiles for Facebook, one for X, one for LinkedIn, and one for Instagram. So it just stacks all of the profiles within Facebook instead of just saying Facebook. So you've got a really nice detailed view at a glance because we're using those thumbnails, which is so much cleaner. And you get a preview of the image that went out, when it went out, which user scheduled it, what category it belongs in. You've got a verification report right here. So you can screenshot that and send it to your client if you're an agency. You can open it as a copy and post it again. And I can't wait to show you, so I'm going to do it. Okay, if I click open as a copy here, I'm sorry, is this an entire publisher within your marketing calendar? Yes, it is. This was the number one requested feature. People want to be able to edit these posts without having to leave the marketing calendar, and now you can do it. You have a full featured publisher within the marketing calendar and you stay on the screen you are at. So it's so much more efficient to visualize what's coming, make any changes you need, and send it again. So what I just did was open it as a copy. So I could have created a whole new version of this, made tweaks, and pushed it out to a future date. Now these haven't gone out yet. So just to show you, like I want to jump into the full view because it's so pretty. So any one of these I can click on, and since it's a future post, I don't get the metrics because it hasn't gone out yet. But look, we still get that beautiful detailed by social profile at a glance breakout. So I can quickly see where it's going. I can see the full text of it. It will all appear here. The category, the user that scheduled it, when it's scheduled to go out, and what is this, guys? I can edit the post, make my changes, and save it. So convenient. So in addition to editing, I can copy it and it would be just like open as copy on the other one. And that would happen within this marketing calendar. I can delete this item. It's super easy. And everything here is drag and drop, so it's just super simple. You never need to leave the calendar to make changes. So one thing I want to show you is we have a new floating option. So I'm going to refresh this and you'll see I already closed it before. See the categories list? Instead of having this giant right column that is fixed, we've made floating controls that you can even move around. One thing I already see that I want to change is this is not draggable. I want to be able to resize this because some of you have tons of categories and I don't want you to have to scroll through them. So now even look with this floating thing, there's so many things we could do. So there's a plus button here so I can add categories from this view. I can edit categories by clicking the edit button by hovering over it. And I can filter by this category only. So if I click this filter button, I don't have any evergreen posts in here, but if I can filter on that and it will only show me those posts, it is so cool. Then just click it again and it brings them all back. So a very quick way without having to launch some, full filter slide in of filtering your posts and taking a look. So I'm going to close this just so we get more of a view of what's behind it. Now, I want to show you a couple of other buttons before we start moving into some of the other views like month, day, and list. We have a filter icon up here now that brings in a really cool filter. You can filter by the type of post, category, and social network using this really cool new interface and then apply it. You can also create a tactical overlay and you just select what you want to rank it by for the optimal publishing times and the published post rank. This is for posts that have already gone out. You can also apply this filter to that very easily and apply it from this really nice feature. So when you apply that, it will do it just like it did before, and you've got a tactical overlay. In the settings, we have some new options here. So this is a very simple place where you can go and you can start your calendar on a Sunday or a Monday, depending on what part of the world you're in. You can start the calendar at certain times. I know a lot of you are going to love this. You asked for that and you've got it. So you've got your business hours there. Default view. So now when it opens the calendar, some of you didn't like that we always opened up the weekly view. Some of you wanted it to go to monthly view or day view or the list. Now you can do that. And every time you launch the calendar, it will open to the view that you want. Also, that floating category legend might drive some of you crazy. You can switch it off. Then when you start your calendar, you don't need to see that floating legend anymore. So this is where you would make those changes and you can apply them anytime from any view. So let's jump in. There's other things I want to show you before we move on to another view. So this one needs some work. I don't like how it follows the cursor around. I'm going to make it centered. But what you could do is actually create a new post. So when you go to a specific area, let's say 11 o'clock, well, that's in the past, isn't it? Yeah, let's go here. So let's go find an empty space on Sunday at 10 a.m. So I'm going to click on new post and you can actually create a new post and it will automatically schedule it for Monday at 10 a.m. So it's a very quick way of jumping into the publisher, adding a new post. If you see a space that looks empty to you and you want to fill it up, you can just add it directly here from the calendar. We still have the previous feature, which is new notification. I can also add a notification to 10 a.m. if I don't want a post to go out, but maybe I want it to remind me to send that email as a part of the campaign that I'm running. So you can go ahead and create a quick reminder and it will send you an email alert if you want, or just show on your calendar. So I'm going to cancel out of that. Let's just leave without saving. Now I'm ready to move on. Let's show you the month view. So now we have a complete month view. So like Tuesday, for example, this is what's coming. I really don't like how these jump around. So I'm going to change. I think what I'm planning on doing here, it's really neat to have these two separate buttons for this, but I think what I'm going to do is create, and I really want your feedback on this, but I'm going to create a small plus sign icon and just move it to the top right of every cell. And when you click that, it'll have a drop down where you can select if it's a new post or if it's a new notification, and then it will execute. That way it's not going to be covering up too much of your posts, And we're not going to have these really odd things that are hovering in the middle of your calendar. But I do want to hear your feedback on that. So as we scroll down, you can just see it's really nice, you guys. We can see an entire month's view, including the images that are attached to the posts. So I really think this came out great, and this is super clean. Day view. So what this does, it just gives you a real detail, and you've got the text, the social networks it's going out to, and also the time going down here. And let's see, let's go to list view. So the list view just kind of compresses everything and doesn't put the spaces in there for time slots that aren't available. It just kind of stacks everything. It's a really quick way for you to just go through your upcoming posts and make any changes that you need to make. This is a big one, guys. This really puts our marketing calendar up there with any other social tool out there. I want to make it the best, okay? I don't want to have to revisit this in less than a year. So in the comments below, please let me know what a must-have feature is for you, and I'll see if we could squeeze it in and still get this live by the end of the week. As always, thank you very much for your feedback. Wait, there's one more thought. Okay, my beautiful wife, Ladybird, just had a great idea, and I wanted to put it out there. Let me know what you guys think. When I described the calendar to her, she said, it's so robust, like people might just want to use that as their primary view instead of the publisher. So what do you guys think of making a setting? I'll probably put it in workspace preferences, where you can change your entry point to the software to the calendar. So when you first sign in, it's going to take you to the calendar instead of the publisher. Let me know what you think in the comments.